Hey, how you guys doing? So let's go over the results for the most recent episode for the Nijigasaki High School anime. So of course the most recent one being episode 8. That episode was Shizuku's episode. So this is the poll that looks like just like every single time. I had you guys vote from 1 through 11, 1 being your favorite girl and 11 being your least favorite girl. So of course this is just accumulation of all the results. So let's go over the results and see how these girls shifted over. Before we go over the results, we should go over last week's results. So last week we had Kanta winning because of course that was our episode, but Rita and Kasumi have been doing pretty well overall. Emma's been staying alright here. And of course we had Shizuku, who was struggling for forever, I not doing so hot, and Kana not doing so hot, and Yu's been trending backwards. And of course we had Shioriko, who stays in dead last, but that might change in the future soon. So let's go over the results after the most recent episode. So in episode 8, of course, we have Shioriko still struggling as normal. Yu is falling all the way back to 10th place here though, which is kind of surprising. We have Emma, who's fallen back pretty hard. Ayuma's shifted kind of middle. Ai's been okay. Kanata's been doing fine. And of course we're getting Shizuku winning because of course it's our episode that it's been a trend for literally every single episode so far. So now let's take at the full overall results. So of course yellow being the best, silver is going to be second best, bronze is third best, and red indicating being the worst in that section here. So of course we get Shizuku just doing very well here, getting the most first place votes. This is not a new trend, but kind of interesting to see how she was getting absolutely devastated in 10th place and made a big jump here. But we'll have to see if that stays that way here. Of course we have Shizuku in last here, kind of starting to move up here, but I don't expect her to move up yet. Maybe in the next episode we can actually see a little bit more because she is officially coming to the worldwide server, so it's not just in Japan only. So of course, because most of my voters are in the US, so having her available in the US is going to be important for in the All-Stars game. So we'll have to see if that actually reflects like in a good way or bad way. Probably at least people are now aware of her and understand her more. So I do expect her to get closer towards say 10th place, but I don't expect a drastic shift of placing yet because she's still too new. And for the anime, I don't expect her to really see her. Maybe at the end of the 9th episode, which is Kanan's episode next, we might be able to see a shift in her rankings more because she might get a little cameo or a little she might show up at the end as a teaser. Or maybe we'll have to wait for 11 because the 10th episode might be Yu's episode, who is of course struggling as well. So we'll have to see if Shioriko gets that little boost soon enough. But Yu of course has been struggling recently, and maybe that's due to lack of her not getting any songs or lack of focus or any attention. So we'll have to see if she gets to move up here. We also have Eva, who has fallen back at this point, so I guess all of the love and joy people had after her episode's kind of worn off by now, so she's definitely been struggling. Of course Kanan's getting her episode next, so we can see if she's going to jump back to first probably. But more interested in how that will stay over time. Kanata's still doing very well here. Ayuma has kind of fallen off. And then of course we had Rina and Kasumi having continued success here. And then Setsuna has really fallen off for a while here. So now let's take a look at results over all the episodes. So of course we have Shioriko just getting absolutely destroyed. But then Shizuku finally going from getting 10th to jumping to first. But we'll have to see if that stays that way and how long that lasts. Because soon we're going to get to the point where episodes won't be focusing on each girl, I'm assuming, because we should have Kana next, and I'm assuming Yu's gonna get an episode, but then we'll probably want to get a new song. At least it's just a guess here, just shot in the dark. We'll see in the next episode what will be the preview for that 10th episode, and see if Yu's gonna get an episode there, and see if she's going to improve, because she has definitely been falling off really hard here, not getting a lot of focus, and no songs kind of really detracts from her being able to gain traction amongst a lot of girls. Ayuma has fallen off. She has an average ranking of 3rd, which is still pretty good, but as we can see, she's been trending backwards as she's getting less and less focus and other girls are getting more exposure. But Kasumi and Rina have been staying very much in people's hearts right here as they are consistently doing very well, and Kasumi is just really killing it here. So I do expect her to stay very high up as she's gotten a lot of love from a lot of people here, and that's true for Rita too, but it hasn't been that long since her episode, so that's potentially not true. And of course Setsuna has fallen off pretty hard here, and she continues to be falling back. So we'll have to see how that changes for her. And of course Emma, she has fallen off pretty hard as well, so she's been struggling. And we have just been one episode away from Kanta, so Kanta, we'll have to see how that evolves over time. She had a very good episode and definitely a very impressive victory when she got first overalls, but we'll have to see how that stays. We do have Haruka's sister coming in. I don't know if that's going to have some great interactions with her, but we'll have to see. And of course, these are the statistics for all the people who voted. And of course, thank you to all the voted, and the names will be showing on the screen. If you want to participate and be credited in a video like this, I will open up the next poll on Saturday. Make sure you watch the episode, and I'll give you a link in the video where I recap and review that episode. But of course, these are also a bunch of the comments of the people who explain why they voted a certain reason. Of course, a lot of people are finally seeing the appeal of Shizuku, which is really great to see, and we'll have to see how she stays in people's hearts or not, because a lot of people do say she's kind of bland and she kind of stays in the background. But of course, she has some really good songs, so of course I think Shizuku really deserved better, and now we get to at least have her rated higher for once. But we'll have to see how that stays over time. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments below. Where do you rate these girls currently, and what do you think is going to happen in the next episode with Karen? But of course, let me know what you thought about the last episode too, about Shizuku, and how that changed your opinions and how you feel about her. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to catch you guys in another video soon.